Hi guys, this is 10 Minute Trader. I thought I'd just make another quick video. I want to just discuss, or just start to discuss, there's a lot more to it than the couple of points that I raise here about trading discipline. I mentioned in my last video that I see the biggest part of success in trading is psychology and discipline. There are many systems out there that work, and it's mainly us, the individual, that fails ourselves in trading, which is why trading, or most people that do trading, especially retail trading, lose money, depending on who you listen to, anywhere between 68% to 95%. You'll find that your broker, if you're with a reputable broker, will state how many people are actually losing money on their platform, and that percentage changes. For me, a big thing for me was not to chart watch. Now that may sound completely weird to certain people, and for certain systems obviously you just simply can't do that. But for the system I use, I can. I trade off of 10-minute charts. I trade the DAX. And my broker, and I'm sure many other brokers do, I haven't looked up, I'm in the same broker since day one, allow you to set up alerts, and because my system is 100% mechanical, I can set up an alert so that I can get a notification to my phone when that signal is triggered. So when I hear my phone go, that'll alert me that I need to go in and deal with the situation, whether that be to open a trade, close a current trade. And before I go to bed, I basically have a quick look to adjust my stop for overnight if required, and I'll have a quick look in the morning, and periodically during the day I will have a check. But not looking at the charts was huge for me. Might not be the same for you. We all have psychology. We all have different weaknesses, and you need to work on those weaknesses. And there's many good books out there to let you know how to do that. Van Tharp, for example, Trading Your Way to Financial Freedom, Market Wizards, and of course training as well. If you are going to look for training, guys, if the person that you're looking for, or looking at, I should say, sorry, is advertising their course, and a large part of their course is not on discipline, psychology and risk management, walk away. If the start of their course has got a house and a Lamborghini, walk away. If you want to make money at trading, it's going to take some time, a lot of discipline, yes, a good system, but there are many good systems out there, and you have to work in yourself. You will be the difference between failure and success. So not chart watching was huge for me, and when they took out alerts on the brokerage accounts, that then allowed me to do that. Moving on to the next point, stick to strict risk management. I discussed this in the last video. Again, is allocate your maximum risk per trade. That will determine where you're going to set your stop loss. Now, I did make mistakes within that, although I didn't go above my maximum trade, and bleeding into the next point of revenge trading, when I was in a month where I draw down, or a little bit of greed may kick in, or whatever the reason, I would stick to my maximum risk amount, but I would maybe up the position size and lower the stop loss, get my stop loss clipped, and of course lose money. So strict risk management. Revenge trading, I was very bad at. As I discussed a second ago, I would start chasing the trade, and that is a very bad road to go down. I blew up 2 accounts, in fact almost blew up my 3rd account, and it's just something that you need to avoid, is revenge trading. And everything goes back to finding a good system, sticking to that system, and working on yourself as a person. Finding out your flaws, finding out which mistakes you're making, whether that's a technical mistake because you just don't have the quite yet the training level required, so go and get that training, go and get that information, or it may be, as I've discussed, a psychological part which you need to work on, and it's a constant work, you know. Now a big huge part, everything that I spoke about just now, is keeping your trading log. Your trading log will let you evaluate your performance, your system's performance over a quarterly basis, over an annual basis. I focus on the year. My objective is to make money year on year. As I spoke about in my last video, I'm currently at 204.7% since January 2020. I'm in a bit of drawdown this month. Going by performance, I'll probably have a slightly losing month this month, which will take that down, but that doesn't concern me. To be at 204.7% in 3 months is obviously phenomenal. It's not normal. It's due to the very unfortunate circumstances that we find ourselves in with coronavirus, which, as I discussed previously, I made 76% in March due to the huge moves in excess of 1,000 points per time within the DAX in March. So, but normally I'll still make between 800 and 30%, somewhere about there, on an annual basis. And again, going back to it, you're not going to win every trade. You're not going to win every month. The goal for me is to be profitable per year. Not taking a loss, you've got to be able to take a loss. It's one thing, although I've had many problems with my psychology, one thing I've never suffered with is being able to take a loss, because I understood the principle, and via back testing of the system, I understood that I'm going to lose more than I win. That's my system, that's the way it works. Excuse me. Trying not to take a loss is basically like a prize fighter trying to win a world title without taking a punch. It ain't going to happen. You're going to take losses. What you need to do is control your losses to a manageable amount set by your risk management. Take those losses and don't drag your stop loss down. Don't get into that game, guys, because you'll just lose money hand over fist and you will fail. Going back to the trading log again, as part of my trading log I keep notes or a comment section on the right, just a review again, which I do monthly or quarterly and certainly annually, on my performance, on my system's performance, and just take notes there. For example, place a stop too tight over the weekend, trade was still active and had to re-enter. That's because I trailed my stop over the weekend, and basically that had come up or gapped up on the Sunday evening, because the markets here in the UK open Sunday evening, or the DAX certainly does. Clipped my stop, but of course kept going down. And another one down there where I placed my stop too tight. So where I'm at just now is just weeding out those last little mistakes, and you're still going to make mistakes from time to time. It's the repeatable mistakes that you need to avoid, and the ones that you know you're making before you make them. So that's just a quick introduction to some of the work I've done on my trading to get me to consistent profits. And if you like the video, smash it a like, subscribe. If you would like to ask me any questions, leave them in the comments down below and I'll gladly get back to you. Okay, have a good one, and stay safe, and I hope you're all well in this current situation, and talk to you soon.